today and the look that I'm wearing right here. And this was requested by one of my amazing subscribers. Her name is Megan Smith. She requested that I do a couple different looks, one of them using the shade Plum from the Lorac Pro 2 palette, and so that is what I did today, or one of them. I have a couple in mind, and then the other one she wanted to see was me using the shade Navy, which I'm going to do as well, which this could be switched for that shade Navy and just use like a navy cream or pencil liner and then that shade Navy in here. So this is really a great way to wear either of those. It would look amazing, and that's a great way to wear a navy or a blue eyeshadow. But anyway, you could substitute the Plum shade for any eyeshadow you want, any color, any whatever. But this is what I did today, and this is using the Lorac Pro 2. So if you have it, pull it out and let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is apply our MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. We're going to apply that all the way from the lid to the brow and also on the lower lash line as well. Next, I'm going to take my Jabonesque 230 brush and I'm going to use my NYX I Have a Headache eyeshadow, and I'm going to apply that as my brow bone highlight. So I'm going to place my brush down directly under the arch of my brow so that it's the brightest there, and then I'm going to pull out to either direction and feather that down towards the crease. Then I'm going to take my Real Techniques base shadow brush and I'm going to take the shade Buff from the palette and I'm going to apply that all over my eyelid and up to meet the brow bone highlight shade. Then I'm going to take my MAC 224 brush, this is just a big fluffy crease brush, and the shade Nectar, and we're going to apply this into the crease, and I am going to build it up a little bit, but I want it to be nice and soft and diffused. Then I'm going to take my MAC 217 brush, and I'm going to take the shade Light Brown, and I really want this more in the deep crease of the eye, just to create a lot of depth. So I'm wedging that brush right into my crease and pulling it pretty much all the way through, about kind of like 5/8 of the way through. Then I'm going to take that fluffy brush from before and just blend over it to make sure the whole thing is blended out. Then I'm going to take my MAC 221, which is a tiny little crease brush in the shade Cool Gray, and I want this even tighter into the crease. So I'm going to follow right where I put that light brown, pushing it really tight into the crease of the eye, and only about like halfway to maybe 3/4, and then I'm going to take that brush from before and I'm just going to blend that out. Then I'm going to apply a little bit more of that light brown and just blend over that line to make sure everything's nice and smooth. Then I'm going to take my MAC 228 brush, which is a tiny little shader brush, and the shade Beige out of the palette, and I'm going to apply that to my tear duct, and I'm going to kind of bring that in on the upper and lower lash line. Then I'm going to apply a little bit of the light brown to the outer corners of the eyes as well. Then I'm going to take my MAC Smolder Eye Kohl and I'm going to line my upper and lower water lines. Next, I'm going to take my Lorac Pro Cream Eyeliner, and this is in Plum, and my Jabonesque, I believe this is the 340 brush, and I'm first going to start by creating that wing, or the thickest part of the wing. I'm pulling it into the lash line. Then I'm going to line my entire lash line, first right at the base of the lashes, and then I'm going to thicken the line up. This doesn't need to be perfect, but just create the line to the thickness you want it. Then I'm just going to connect to the wing, fill it in, and then I'm also going to pull that wing out as far as I want it to be. Next, I'm going to take my Real Techniques accent and shader brushes, and I'm first going to start with that accent brush just to diffuse that line. I want the line soft and smoky and diffused, but I don't want it any higher up than it is now, so I'm just going to blend over that line with that brush, and don't worry about the lower part of the winged liner. We will clean that up later. Just make sure the top of the winged liner is nice and smooth and how you want it. Then I'm going to take that shader brush, and this is where I'm going to really diffuse that line. Smudging it with that smaller brush before will make sure that it doesn't move up really any higher, and then this is just really going to buff it out. Then I'm going to take my Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush in that shade Plum, and I'm really going to pack it on the brush and really push it right into the lash line. And you can see these two products, the liner and the shade, are exactly the same color, and that's why I used it. So you want to really pack it along the lash line and then on the winged liner. And then I'm going to go back in with that shading brush and just really diffuse it and buff it out. And this really makes it very nice and rich and intense. You don't have to use that liner if you don't want to or you don't have it, but it really just helps the intensity and the opacity of it. But if you want to do just the shadow, you just have to build it up a little bit more. Then I'm going to take the Real Techniques Pixel Point eyeliner brush and go back in with that shade Beige and just really intensify that inner corner highlight because I thought it looked so beautiful with the smoky liner. Then I'm taking my Stila Perfecting Concealer, and this is where we'll clean up the underside of that wing. And now you can see the difference between that side that we cleaned up and the side that we didn't. Now I'm going to take my MAC 219 pencil brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Plum again, and I'm really going to pack that onto the lower lash line. So really pack it on, make it nice and intense, and once I get towards the inner corner, I'm going to really kind of softly feather it into that inner corner highlight. Now I'm going to go back in with that 217 in the shade Nectar, and I'm going to buff that Plum shade out. And this makes the world of difference. You always want to go in and buff out that lower lash line. Next I'm going to take my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash for the lower lashes and my Ardell 402 Edgies, and I'm sorry I have no clip of me applying those lashes because, you know, I had to be out of frame the whole time. But we're just going to apply the lower lashes, or the mascara to the lower lashes. And then I'm going to take my Heated Lash Curler, and I'm really going to push my natural lashes into the false lashes, and I'm going to make sure the false lashes create the shape that I want them to. I really want them to follow that wing. Then I'm going to go in with that Plum shade again on that accent brush, and you want to push that Plum eyeshadow into the glue band because you can really see it along there, and so pushing this into it will really just completely hide it. You'll see it a little bit, but not nearly as much as you would as if you left it, and this really blends it in and makes it look so much more natural. And you can see the huge difference that makes here. So next I'm going to apply my MAC Strip Down Lip Pencil, and I'm going to fill in my lips completely with this. The first lipstick I'm going to apply is the Matte Revlon lipstick in Mauve It Over. So I'm going to apply that to my entire lips. And then just to lighten it up and create a little bit of an ombre lip, I'm going to take the Revlon matte lipstick in Nude Attitude. And that is it. Alright you guys, so that is all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I absolutely love this and I want to wear this all the time. So yeah, if you guys have any requests, be sure to leave them down below and I will absolutely love to do them. And other than that, yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!